Man. So in case you've missed it, we have been doing a free workshop on Zoom called How to Stop the Four Most Common Challenging Behaviors. And we just had our day 3, which was all about de-escalation and what the one big mistake that most dementia caregivers make. So we're going to recap all of that. If you have any dementia caregiver questions, we're going to get into that as well. And lastly, I'm going to share with you a little bit about our private dementia membership community that is open until this upcoming Tuesday, the 24th. So a lot of awesome stuff to go over, but I guess I just first want to say thank you so much for watching my videos, for coming to the workshop. In case you missed day 3, we actually are having an encore of our day 3 of our workshop, How to Stop the Four Most Common Challenging Dementia Behaviors, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you haven't already joined, go to dementiasuccesspath.com. You'll be able to find information about the private membership, as well as joining the encore for just to see day 3 of our workshop again. But in case you missed last night, this is a quick recap, and maybe if you are curious about joining the encore as well, this will be a little bit of a recap on, or I guess a little bit of a preview of what you can expect for day 3. So dementia and de-escalation. Man, this gave our workshop its title of How to Stop the Four Most Challenging Dementia Behaviors, because this is really when you get into the nitty-gritty. When the behavior is upon you, when they're asking to go home, when they are actively refusing, when they're accusing you of things that you didn't do, especially when they are upset with you, probably the biggest thing of all. It's easy for us as caregivers to get into fight or flight mode when it comes to dealing with our folks with dementia. It is so hard. So let me know in chat if you can relate to feeling like you don't know what to do when your person with dementia gets upset with you or just upset in general. It can feel very overwhelming, almost like having like a grown adult toddler in front of you at times. Obviously, they have different needs than toddlers do, but it can feel that level overwhelming. So the first thing you want to do when you are helping somebody with dementia de-escalate, when you're trying to help them calm down, because that's really what that's saying, is you want to respond to them based off of their level of distress. Now, what the heck does that mean? Responding to their level of distress means that you are looking at, like, are they mildly annoyed? Are they frustrated? Are they yelling at you? Or are they trying to strike you? Obviously, these are very different levels of them being upset with you or being distressed. And it takes different things. So, as far as responding to them. And a big mistake I see a lot of caregivers make is they're just trying to talk someone down that is screaming at them. And it doesn't work. And in the workshop last night, what was really awesome about it is we were able to have demonstrations to show a little bit more what that looked like, and get a little bit of practice on how to deal with someone with dementia yelling at you and how you would respond versus how you would respond if maybe they're just like mildly annoyed. Because there's a big misconception out there that as a dementia caregiver that you can't have boundaries. And that is 110% not true. You can absolutely have boundaries as someone with your folks with dementia, as a dementia caregiver. You absolutely can have boundaries. And the way that you have boundaries is not so much that you're trying to convince your person with dementia to respect your boundaries. It's more you are being very clear about what you will and won't do in that moment. So if they are screaming at you, all there is to say is, I can't help when you're screaming. I'll come back when we're both calm. Truly. And you don't have to say much more than that. And quite frankly, if they're about to throw hands at you, you probably don't even have to say anything at all. And the reason being is that they're not listening to you when they're that upset. Nothing you say in that moment is going to help or get them to calm down. The only thing that will help is for the stimulation in front of them to go down. And ultimately, the biggest priority is for you to keep yourself and them safe. So that's the first step of de-escalating someone with dementia, is you want to understand how to respond to them based off of their level of distress. Now, second thing you want to think about is picking your battles. Now, I'm sure a lot, and tell me in chat or in the comments if you guys have heard the phrase, you gotta pick your battles, because that's so true when it comes to an upset person with dementia. Because realistically speaking, even if they're doing things that are weird that they wouldn't have done before dementia, you honestly don't always have to deal with it. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, you absolutely don't have to deal with absolutely everything. Where you draw hard lines is when it comes to their health and their safety. Let's see. KWC says, I've discovered I have set boundaries with my mom who has dementia. She hangs up on me and gets angry at me every time I don't or can't jump for her. Yeah, absolutely. And it's true. You have to. And again, you're not going to teach them your boundaries. It's simply you deciding within yourself that I don't care if this person has dementia. I'm not going to take verbal abuse. I'm just not going to do it. And sometimes it's good for them to have a little bit of time and space, and for you to have a little bit of time and space to calm down, to get into your right mind so that you have an easier time communicating with each other. So yeah, definitely picking your battles is so important. Harping on every single little thing, like them wearing 2 shirts or them saying something wacky and weird. You don't always have to do that. And I'll tell you what, I was, for those who are just joining us right now, I was talking a little bit about how we just opened our private dementia caregiver community, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier. And man, I have gotten some of the best suggestions from our community members. If you're curious about Dementia Caregiving Made Easier, our dementia membership, you can find out more at dementiasuccesspath.com. /workshop, or just go to the main website. It's the same name as this channel, but they've had the best ideas when it comes to which battles to pick. And they've had the funniest questions too when it comes to like, okay, I understand you got to pick your battles, but what if they are going up to random people on the street and trying to shake their hands? Like, is that a battle I need to pick? And funny enough, I would actually say no. If you go to the Alzheimer's Association website, they have little note cards that you can print out that says, please be patient, my person has dementia on it, that you could literally hand out to people, like business cards, just so that the public understands a little bit better. It can definitely help for sure. Yeah, so that was the number 2 step in de-escalating someone with dementia, is you got to pick your battles. And third and last one is you want to be, let's see. Oh, thank you so much, KWC. You have been so helpful in guiding me through this and educating on different methods. Yeah, I'm glad. I also want to let you guys know as well, in case you don't know, and I'll get to the third point, don't worry, is if you missed day 3 of our workshop series, How to Stop the 4 Most Common Challenging Dementia Behaviors, we are having an encore of it this Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can find the link to sign up for that and get that Zoom link in the community post on this YouTube channel and on our website, dementiasuccesspath.com, as well as joining our dementia membership community. It's really, really cool. Yeah. So our third way that we want to de-escalate our folks is we want to be very, very clear and simple with what it is that we need them to do if it is a health or safety issue. So tell me in chat if you have found yourself accidentally using a lot of words with your person with dementia, or maybe you have snuck up behind them, or maybe you have just given them too many choices. Like, there's a number of ways that will overwhelm our person with dementia. And that's something that can absolutely make somebody uh, who's already upset just more upset. So, man, it is so important that we're able to do these three things. We're able to simplify what we're saying, pick our battles, and really respond based off of their distress level. So those are the three things that, just in a nutshell, that we covered last night in the workshop, as well as we covered one big mistake that most caregivers make. And tell me in chat, or tell me in the comments if you have a guess of what is the biggest mistake that most dementia caregivers make when it comes to their caregiving journey, whether they're professional caregivers or they're distance caregivers, family caregivers, they have their loved ones in long-term care. It doesn't matter. This is a mistake that almost all caregivers will make at one time or another. All right. So if you're curious, that one mistake is trying to go it alone. Tell me in chat if you feel like that's what you've been doing. You've been feeling really alone on your caregiving journey, or you've been trying to just handle everything on your own. It really breaks my heart. A lot of the members of our community, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier, which again, signups for it are open right now if you would like to join our Dementia Caregiver membership, and it closes this upcoming Tuesday, September 24th. You can sign up at dementiasuccesspath.com /workshop, or just on the main website. Again, same name as this channel. Yeah, so anyways, oh my goodness, these trolls, I swear. Okay. So yeah, a lot of caregivers just truly feel like they're just in it alone. And while that can work out, like at the very beginning of your journey, like maybe they haven't gotten as far on their dementia or their caregiver journey. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Or maybe maybe what's happening is you feel like there just isn't a lot of people that can help you. A lot of our members in our caregiver community, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier, they're like the one sibling out of like 5 siblings that actually is doing something to caregive for their person with dementia. So it's just, I don't know. It's just a really huge bummer. So ultimately, what you want to do is find yourself a community of folks who get it, who are also going through challenging dementia behaviors like you are. It's honestly the thing that makes it so much easier, because what a lot of people will try to do, and it makes sense, is they'll try to join these big Facebook groups of folks who are also dementia caregivers. And while that can be helpful, you can definitely get some ideas. You know, you're kind of an anonymous person on there. And while it's definitely great to connect with folks like that, you don't really know them. But when you get into a little bit more of a smaller, intimate community, like our community, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier, you're able to actually know these folks, actually connect on a deeper level, be able to swap ideas easier. You're able to really learn some like more insider things that you really only learn when you've been caregiving for a while. And you'll meet folks that are on all different parts of the spectrum of their journey. You'll meet some people in our community who have their loved ones have already passed, but they wanted to stay on to help other folks. You'll meet folks who are just beginning their journey. Actually, tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, here on YouTube, I'm going live with Lori. She's one of our members of Dementia Caregiving Made Easier, and her mom's more in the earlier stages of dementia. And the huge advantage of that and joining a dementia caregiver community like Dementia Caregiving Made Easier is that you're able to prepare a lot more and set yourself up for success. one of the big mistakes I see a lot of caregivers make is that it is a lot of folks will just wait till their person with dementia has really progressed, and then it's easy for them to feel isolated. Like their friends and family don't necessarily know what to do, and the person who's caregiving for them, they're too busy to delegate that stuff anymore. So it's really, really good at the very beginning to know what type of stuff to delegate to other people in your life. Or on the flip side, if you're a professional dementia caregiver, it's easy to feel like you could just handle this on your own and really, really quickly burn out because you're doing all the wrong things. I know that's what happened to me when I was a professional. It was really, really hard to feel like, oh my gosh, no matter what I do, it seems to always be the wrong thing. And it's hard because I really, really love my job and I wanted to stay on, but it was hard. Let's see. KWC says, I found a community support group that meets once a month. I'm the one who deals with my mom. My brother and sister-in-law live out of province, but they are able to just talk to me or my mom. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I think that's great. And if that works for you, KWC, I think that's awesome to meet in person. What I've heard from a lot of our members is that it's definitely convenient to be able to connect with people online because they don't have to find like a sitter for their person with dementia or get somebody to watch them so they can go to the support group or take their person with dementia with them to that support group. That can be a huge challenge and a huge barrier for them getting support, as well as the people who may be local to them may not, be going through similar things as they are. There's all kinds of different dementias. There's all kinds of different experiences there. So it's so, so, so important that you're able to find a group of folks that really, really get it. So that's what Dementia Caregiving Made Easier offers is definitely a little bit more personalized community and a little bit more personalized help. Additionally, we also, if you're a fan of the videos that I post here on YouTube, and I post on other social medias as well, that are scenario videos or just short, like quick tips, we offer that in a little bit more of a personal way to folks in our membership, as well as we do monthly workshops. So you're able to get actual practice. One of the big things I heard from a lot of folks in our workshop series that we just finished our day 3 of, and we're doing again an encore of that this upcoming Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. What we were able to do is we're able to just dig deeper. We're able to practice a little bit more. Oftentimes when we're learning these new communication skills and we're learning these new ways to engage with each other, it can be really, really, it can feel like easy when just after watching a quick video to be like, oh yeah, I got this. But sometimes it just takes a little bit of practice to get it under your belt and to get those wins. So no matter what your goals are, whether it is to strengthen your skills, to get a good sense of what's coming up in the future. If you're more in the early stages, we have had guest experts on Medicaid and talking about like diet and nutrition and placing folks, if building a support system so that it's not so hard later on when you're already just overwhelmed and you're already spending so much time taking care of your person with dementia's physical needs already. We have all of that, like a little bit of something for everybody, no matter what your goal is, whether it is to get more support, get more advice in planning on how to chart your next steps as a caregiver, or to simply build the skills with challenging dementia behaviors that is going to help you in the long run, that's going to help you. One of the biggest misconceptions I see and hear from a lot of folks just out there, oh, thank you, Rainbow Moro. Yeah, if you love our videos, you would definitely love our caregiver community, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier. If you guys are interested in checking that out, you should definitely go to dementiasuccesspath.com/workshops or just dementiasuccesspath.com to sign up, because we are closing our doors for new members this upcoming Tuesday, the 24th. And the reason why I do that is I get a lot of direct messages. I get a lot of emails of folks asking for help and for advice. And what our community helps me do is focus in on the people who are really committed to practicing and getting help and really connecting with the community overall. So it definitely helps for sure. All right. Huh, that's interesting. I love your videos, but not your dementia care. It's interesting. Okay. Um, let's see. Tammy asks, how would you suggest I go about talking to my father-in-law and his doctor about what I suspect to be early dementia symptoms without hurting my father-in-law's pride? I attend all his appointments. Yeah, that's a great question, Tammy. Thank you for asking that. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so what you want to do with that is you want to get a good sense of what your father-in-law believes to be true. Um, so does he think that, he's just a little bit forgetful and nothing else is truly wrong? Has he noticed some things? These are all important because that's how you can frame like why he'd go to like a neurologist, for example. So if he absolutely does not believe whatsoever that anything is wrong with him at all, if he is someone who's really supportive of you, if you're someone who's really important in his life, you could always say, "Hey, I heard that getting your brain function checked can really help uh, your overall health. And I feel nervous about doing this by myself. Do you think you could come with me and maybe we could do this together, just so I don't feel alone in this?" That's a really great approach for someone who absolutely is adamant that nothing's wrong with them, and it can make them feel like they're helping you. Another one I'd say would be if they do have some suspicions or if they've voiced some concerns about their memory or their abilities or what have you. Another good method there is to ask your father-in-law questions about that, and um, maybe just like repeat back what he already sees as problems. That's super key, is you have to really dig into what he considers to be problems with his memory, with his ability levels, with his functioning, and then maybe suggest the neurologist and going with him and all that stuff. It just depends. Okay, he doesn't think anything's wrong. Oh, wellness checks, definitely. Yeah, that's a great idea. Connie says, I'm having trouble balancing caregivers for my husband who has dementia and running our restaurant and taking care of my mom, feeling a little stressed. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, lots on your plate. So as far as, I've gotten a lot of questions too from folks asking, when's the right time to place my loved one in long-term care? And the truth is, the answer for you may be never. Truly. It just depends on how much support you have. And some people are asking for an answer of like, oh, they need to get in this part of the disease or what have you, but that's not necessarily always true. What's there is that a lot of folks with dementia, it has to work for both the person with dementia and for the caregiver in order for it to work for anybody at all, truly. Yeah, so if you find yourself just struggling to do all the things, I think it's just an issue of needing more support, either with running the restaurant, whether it's more support in taking care of your mom. It sounds like that would probably be the solution there. And I'm not sure what your financial situation is, Connie, but it can be a little challenging to come up with that money, especially for that care, for sure. So there are Medicaid waivers that you can apply for home health or for community options like adult daycare. That can also help as well. So in our dementia membership, Dementia Caregiving Made Easy, we have guest experts recordings. We have a whole library of all of these guest experts and past workshops that we've done that go over some of that type of stuff. We have cheat sheets and guides that are printable that you can use to just make that easier. I mean, at the end of the day, anybody can look all this up themselves. It becomes less of an issue of can you do it yourself? Absolutely. But kind of like what you're talking about, Connie, when you're in the weeds and you are just already stressed out, it's just nice to have somebody else do it for you. So that's a big benefit of our membership, Dementia Caregiving Made Easy. Again, we are open for new members right now, and we are closing our doors this upcoming Tuesday, September 24th. And the reason why we do that is just so I can put my focus on folks who have requested a little bit more personalized help and more things that are going to just be more individual and more to their particular situations. Let's see. Guests ask, any tips on caring for someone who gets violent outbursts and is very uncooperative at times? Yeah. We were actually just talking about that at the very beginning of this live, about de-escalation. So a big thing about that is you want to pick your battles. I know you mentioned the uncooperative part, so you want to really assess is what I'm trying to get them to do more a me thing or something that's going to affect their health and safety. So that's a huge thing. Another thing as well is that if they have violent outbursts, it's good to get a sense of like what typically can trigger it, and if it happens to even come out of nowhere, because sometimes it can. You got to keep yourself safe. So make sure that you keep your distance. I wouldn't even try to say anything to them. You just put, another room between you and them. And if it becomes even more dangerous, then you call 911 and let them know so you can get more help and more support in that crisis moment. So good question. I'm not sure what Lloyd is. Yeah, so anyways, I am going to be back on here live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern with one of our Dementia Caregiving Made Easy members, Lori. She is amazing. She is in the early stages with her mom, and I've been able to really work with her and help her develop a personalized plan to help her build up support from the ground up and to find a situation that is going to work best for mom. Because in addition to Jerry Psych, which is where I learned a lot about the challenging dementia behaviors, I've also worked in senior living. I've worked in home health care. So I've worked in a lot of areas in the senior industry, just in general. So I'd say the 3 pillars of what I tend to do for my members who are looking for more individualized support is help them plan for the future. I help them deal with the present, which is with the challenging behaviors, and I help them look towards the future, which could be, talking about different stages, what they can expect, that type of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you're definitely right. Sticking to boundaries is really, really hard. All right. Yeah, it's super, super hard. So anyways, if you guys can, definitely come back tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern to hear a little bit about Lori's story, hear a little bit more about the membership. Again, Dementia Caregiving Made Easy is, Dementia Caregiving Made Easier is open for new members starting right now, and we are closing on Tuesday, September 24th for new members. You can go to dementiasuccesspath.com / Dementia Caregiving Made Easy, or just go to dementiasuccesspath.com. You'll be able to find the membership sign up there as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon, and I hope to see you all tonight. Bye, guys.